Hey everybody, it's Justin here, aka Demonic Sweaters. Today I have another product review. We're going to be taking a look at this Cubulux CB5. Now this thing is the tiniest audio interface, or one of the tiniest audio interfaces I've ever seen in my life. Let me just pull it out of the box here. When I saw the photo of it, I didn't think it was even this small. Like, this is really, really small. And it's very inexpensive. It's only $24. And what really drew me to this thing is the fact that it has multiple microphone inputs, well, two, right on the front panel here. And being this small and having the ability to plug in two external microphones at the same time on two separate channels, I thought was really, really cool. In addition to that, it also has a line output to hook up some studio monitors, as well as a headphone output and a line input. Now the line input and the microphones cannot be recorded simultaneously. It's kind of either or. The line input is stereo and the microphone inputs are two independent channels, 1 and 2. And there is no direct monitoring feature. This is basically just an in and out. But the reason why I wanted to check it out is because I wanted to try this on my iPad, since it's USB-C and the iPad current models are all USB-C. And even though this says on their website it does not work with tablets and phones, I hooked it up to my iPad and it detected it just fine. And I was able to get microphone input signals on GarageBand. So what I'm gonna do is actually hook this up tomorrow. I'm gonna take it over to my studio and try to record some acoustic drums with it. But I also hooked it up on my computer and it detected the microphone inputs and line in just fine on the computer as well, using Linux, which I thought was really cool. And this thing actually has some pretty impressive specs for being so tiny. Like I said, it's USB-C and it can record up to 96 kilohertz at 24-bit, and the line input is the same. And then for the headphone, you can actually output up to 192 kilohertz 32-bit. So that's pretty impressive for this tiny little device. And the fact that it's so little just makes it really appealing to me, because I like having really portable things, and using this with my iPad I think will be really cool if it works. Okay, I guess I should have listened to the web page because it does not seem to be working now on the iPad. I mean, it kind of works, but I can't get two individual channels. Even if I select 1 and 2 and have them plugged into two different mic inputs, it still just either shows up as one or neither, which is odd because I felt like when I was trying this at home, it seemed like it was working. So I'm not really sure what the difference is, or maybe I didn't do two at once at home. So maybe that's why. I will do more testing with this device at home on my PC. All right, I'm back home and did some more testing with the CB5. And unfortunately, I'm having real trouble getting this thing to detect more than one input at once. Let me just show you what I did here. Ignore all these mics. There's only actually two of them plugged in. I have this one down here and then my overhead. Both of them are running into inputs 1 and 2 on the CB5. And I have that plugged into my desktop. And I tried to do basically both within Jack. I'm using Linux here. Jack is the audio driver for Linux. And I couldn't get more than one input that way. So what I did is actually I looked at the instructions, and it actually talks about having to use this device as an aggregate device, which basically tells me that this thing is two separate audio devices basically in one. And so I did that. You know, it doesn't have Linux instructions on here, but it should be the same in Mac because they actually work very similarly. And you can create aggregate devices in Linux. And what I did is I actually created, it sees it. I can create two different devices here. And then when I go into Reaper, I still only get a signal into one input. Now it could be that maybe, my other thought was maybe the two different devices are the mic inputs and the line input separately. But if that were the case, I should be able to get the same signal in both mic inputs. Did I call these lines before? I meant to say line, or mic. But I only get a signal in one mic input at a time. I can't get both. And that doesn't matter if I'm using it on PC or on my iPad. I really can't get more than one input at once. So yeah, it seems to be flawed. I don't really know what the issue is. And furthermore, I really think that a device like this should work with iOS. I mean, what's the point of having such a tiny little audio interface if it won't work on an iPad? You know, if you're on a desktop or a laptop, then you can just use a regular audio interface because, you know, portability really isn't like a big issue. A laptop, maybe I can see it, but still, I can't see this really working, you know, for its intended purpose on a laptop either, because I can't really get it to work on anything. I mean, I can get it to record, but just one input. Basically, it's just behaving as a normal, you know, just input and output for a computer audio. Now, if you don't have a computer that has all of that on it, I can see why this might be useful. But the fact that they're, you know, they're advertising it as a multi-track device, I think is the problem, because I really don't think it is. It really just seems like a standard computer, you know, sound card type device with a microphone, line input, line output, and headphones, which really seems to be the case. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that it doesn't really do what I thought it was going to do. You know, like I said, I really would like to see this working on iOS, and I would like it to see it be a true multi-channel input, not have to create a aggregate device to create more than one input, which I couldn't get to work anyway. So yeah, good idea, poor execution. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.